Hello, dear students. Very good morning to you all. In today's class, I start you very important topic from C language, that is functions. It is really very important for you. The knowledge of functions helps you a lot while learning many subjects from the higher semesters of computer science and engineering. That's why please listen to me with concentration. This chapter or this module is very easy module, but you need to attend all my classes sincerely. Then only you understand. If you miss any one of the video lecture, you won't understand the next video. That's why once again I am requesting you to watch all my lecture videos in serial. This is the first video lecture on functions. In today's class I teach you introduction to functions. That means why we learn about the functions, what is functions, as well as we look at some examples, as well as I teach you advantages of functions also. First we discuss about why functions. Till today we learned many things from C language. Till today I taught you structure of C program, I taught you input and output functions, I taught you decision making statements, loop statements, jump statements, arrays and strings. Now every C program contains only one main function. Inside the main only we allocated the memory. That means we defined the variables. Then we wrote some instructions for reading. We wrote some instructions for calculation. We wrote some instructions for showing the results. Only by doing or only by following these many steps we cannot solve complex or large problems. While solving large and complex problems is very difficult by using only one main function. Then how shall I solve large and complex problem? Why can't we divide the problem into smaller sub problems so that we can solve those sub problems individually? Then how to solve the small problems? Why can't you write one small program or sub program to do that task? Why can't you call that sub program inside the main? That small program is called as a function. Then function or program, both are same. Program is also set of instructions given to a computer to do specific task. Subprogram is also a program or small program. It also contains set of instructions only to do specific task. Okay. Now I give you an example for function so that you can understand. See here, one small program I have written. This is not a program because there is no main at all. If there is a main function, that is called as C program. Now there is no main. This is also a program. Program starts here, program completes. But this is a subprogram. This subprogram is taking two values. Who gives afterwards will come to know. This program will take two inputs and gives one output of the type integer. What is the subprogram name? Maths. How many inputs it will take? Two. Which type of inputs it takes? Integer. Which type of value it gives back? Integer. What this program is going to do by taking two values? What it does, do you know? It compares whether the contents of x is more than y. If so, x it returns to the called function. No, it returns 1. This is a function. This is a small program called function. I hope you understood. Very good. See one more small program in subprogram or a function. Here the program started. Here the program completed. What this program will do? This program will take two values. It makes a sum and gives back. That's all. What is the function name? Sum. It takes two values. It gives one value back. What it does with these two values? It makes sum. It returns. That's all. It is one more function or a small program. See one more example. Here the program started. Here the program completed. Means the subprogram started. Subprogram completed. That means function started. Function completed. That means user defined function started. User defined function completed. This function is created by me. Who am I? Programmer. That means it is user defined function. This function takes three inputs x, y and z. What it does with the three values? It finds the largest. How to find the largest of three numbers already you know. If x is greater than y and compulsory x is greater than z, it returns x. No, whether y is greater than x and y is greater than z, then returns y. First is also false, second is also false. That means definitely z will be the largest. It gives back. What is the function name? Max3. It takes 3 inputs. It gives one output of the type integer. That's all. This is user defined function to find largest of 3 numbers. One more function you can see. To find factorial of n. I give one value, it gives me the factorial. Just I am giving one value to it. It generates the numbers from 1 to x. Assume that x value is 5. 1 less than equals to 5, 2 less than equals to 5, 3 less than equals to 5, 4 less than equals to 5, 5 less than equals to 5, 6 less than equals to 5. No. That means it generates the numbers from 1 to 5. What it does with 1 to 5? It multiplies. 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6 4 is 24, 24 5 is 120. For loop is over. Return 120. That's all. This is a user defined function to find factorial of a given value. These are all called function or subprogram or user defined functions. Now you can answer the question, what is function? What is function? A function can be defined as a small subprogram. It also contains a set of instructions or a group of statements to do specific task. What is the work of it? It finds the largest of 2 numbers. Specific task. What is the task of it? We give 2 values. It gives the sum. Specific task. What is the use of it? It takes 3 values. It gives me the largest of 3. Specific work. What is the use of it? We give 1 value. It gives me the factorial. Specific task. This is what we call a function. I hope you have understood. Then why functions? Every C program contains only one main function. We cannot solve complex problem by using a one main function. We divide the problem into smaller problems. We solve individually, independently. Dividing the problem into sub-problems. This technique is called as modular programming approach. What do you mean by modular programming approach? It's very simple answer, sir. We divide the large problem into small sub-problems. Small sub-problems will be solved by small sub-programs. This technique of solving the problem is called modular programming approach. I hope you have understood. Now, what is the advantage? That is what I explained to you. What are the advantages? Okay. Now, if you write the function separately like this, what is the advantage? Do you know? Now we discuss about advantages of writing functions like this. Do you know what is the advantage or what are the advantages of writing functions? Now what we do, we write these functions separately. We call. Okay. Assume that a program is not working correctly or it is giving us wrong answers. It is very easy to remove the errors. What is the advantage? Very easy to remove the errors. I give you one analogy example so that you can understand about the advantages of user defined functions. Now I give you an analogy example. Assume that in your family one function is there. Okay. A family is having one function, or marriage of a sister or marriage of a brother is there. Okay. You are the boss. You can't do all the works by your own. You assign some work. You assign some work to John. Come here. Your work is to take the care of guests. Okay, that is your duty. Okay. Then I will call one more as helper or my friend. Jasmine, come here. Your work is to do one thing. Your work is to do the decorations. Do the decorations of a stage. Okay, that's all. Okay. Then I call one more person. Okay. Anthony. Anthony, come here. Your duty is to take the care of tiffin arrangement. Okay. Your duty is to take the care of tiffin arrangement. What I did, I divided the problem into many smaller activities. Now what I do, just I call. Who am I? Boss. I call the assistant. Hello John. Have you taken the care of all the guests? Yeah sir, I have taken. Hello Jasmine. Whether have you decorated the stage? Yeah. Hello Anthony. Tiffin is ready? Yeah. Who am I? Boss. This is what the concept of modular programming approach. In our C program, boss means main function. Boss means main function. And these are all user defined functions. John, Jasmine, Anthony, all these are examples for user defined functions. According to my need I created, and according to my need only I am calling them. I hope you understood the concept of functions. I hope. Very good. Now what is the advantage? If something happens wrong with stage decoration, that will be problem with Jasmine only. If something happens wrong with the tiffin arrangement, problem with Anthony only. Something happens wrong with the guests related problems are there, problem with John only. It is very easy to remove the errors. It is very easy to remove the errors. Process of debugging will be easier. Testing will be easier. Maintenance will be easier. John, everything is okay? Yes, sir. Jasmine, okay. Anthony, okay. Maintenance is easier. Testing is easier. Debugging is easier. And reusability of the return function. You can call them as and when needed. John, you can call it many times. Jasmine, you can call it many times. Anthony, you can call it many times. Means write once and you call them many times. Reduction in the size of main function. Boss work is reduced. This is a reduction in the main function. Understood? What are the advantages of functions? Reduction in the size of main function. Reusability of the return function. Program maintenance and testing and debugging is easier. These functions can be shared among many other C files also. This is your family. This is your header file. Store everything within kusuru.h. Store all these things in one file named kusuru.c or kusuru.h. Give someone to kusuru.h. Whenever they add kusuru.h, they are able to use all my functions. That means we have created our own library. Kusuru.h is own library. That is what functions can be shared among many C files. That is, programmers can create their own library like header files. This is modular programming approach. Now you have the answer for the question, what are the advantages of user defined functions? What are the advantages of user defined functions? Reduction in the size of main. Reusability of the return functions. Program maintenance, testing and debugging is easier. Functions can be shared among many C files. Programmers can create their own library of functions. Modular programming approach. In the next class, I teach you types of functions. Functions are classified into two types, built-in functions and user-defined functions. The functions created by us, programmer, are called user-defined functions. The functions which are already available and we are using it now, the functions designed and developed by developers of C language are called predefined function. Scanf, printf, getch, power, square root, string handling functions. These are all not created by us, given by them. Just we are using. But max is created by me, sum is created by me, square is created by me, cube is created by me, is prime is created by me, fact is created by me, strcopy is created by me, sort is created by me. So I explained in the day because I would like to complete in 15 minutes. Sorry. Next class I revise. In the next class I teach you elements of user defined function. Please don't miss the class. This class is really very interesting. Have a nice day. Take care. Whatever I taught, revise. Please reply. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.